we are going to present Lamsley Childcare Case, the third presentation as a part of the Power Up Consultant. We are going to present it. So our main agenda is for the Lamsley Childcare is about what is about Lamsley Childcare, audits of Lamsley Childcare and challenges, recommended strategies, budget analysis, and references also. If we are talking about the what is Lamsley Childcare, there's a little bit introduction. Like the company name is Lamsley Childcare Center. It is founded by the John Alexander. It was founded in June 1992. Region covered by the Gateshead and Sunderland. If we get the data from 2019, is the employee was there 330. So it is a charity type of the business. If we are moving on the other page, the facts on Lamsley Child Care Center, they are providing servicing like offer breakfast clubs, different center from different timing they have from Monday to Friday at the cost of 5.2 per session. And they are also offer clubs at different location from noon 3:15 to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday at the cost of 8.7 per session. And also offering they offer the holiday clubs at Lamsley Childcare from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday at the cost of 22 pound per day. As an overview of Lamsley Childcare Center, Lamsley Childcare Center is charity business. It started and gets help to enable parents to create a work-family balance by offering experience and interesting childcare activities with the age of the 4 to 16 ages child during term time of the school holidays. After about 440 registration family and 345 children are currently benefiting the service of the charity, and the organization partner with local school, especially accommodate the children and their staff member. 9 schools have been registered till date and 6 are running currently. And if we are moving on the other page, like audit of Lamsley Child Care Center external environment, it will be explained by my one of colleague Edwin.
Hi guys, so I will be going through the topic of audit of Lamsley Childcare Center's external environment. To run the effectively audit of the Lamsley Childcare Center, we are using 4 business analytics tools, which are a combination of 4S5 forces, SWOT analysis, special analysis, and post analysis. So we will be looking at the SWOT analysis on the topics first. So while we are going through the strengths, Lamsley Childcare has many strengths that are its trained workforce network, strategic training and developing facilities, and also they're having close proximity to the childcare schools, which helps them establish their business really well. But when it comes to the weakness, due to these circumstances in the global challenges, they face a lot of weakness. That is the presence of unqualified staff. It's because the childcare industry is not a favorable job that is liked by everyone. And the other problems are the inadequate spaces for children. The main inadequate spaces for children comes in a high requirement because of the COVID-19. Due to its rise in COVID-19, they need to provide more space for social distancing. They were lacking that space, and also a low brand image and a high attrition rate. Poor financial and organizational planning was also affecting Lamsley Childcare very much. And when it comes to the opportunity, Lamsley Childcare has a lot of opportunities such as marketing, partnership, internet, and availability of customers, and presence of a trained staff. But there are many threats that's been recently come around to the organizations, such as the Brexit, coronavirus, which I told before regarding the space, and competitors and the government policies. Now I will be going to the next topic, that is the TOS analysis and the pestle analysis. When it comes to the TOS analysis, there are weaknesses and strengths, such as they value the staffs and they listen to the staff, refer incentives, and they seek support from the PTA to provide them more spaces, because more spaces are really required. That is also dealing with the health of the children. So that is one of the main concerns. But when it comes to the strengths, partners with school to provide personals and spaces, because schools have large areas and spaces that could be used for the childcare agencies, childcare organizations. So that's one of the strengths. And also redesign organization structure to accommodate staffs when they need employees more. So that these are all the strengths and weaknesses. When it comes to the pestle analysis, the political aspect of Lamsley Childcare is that government policies, there are unstable government policies and unstable government funding, and due to the lockdown measures, they have really bad businesses going on, and Brexit is also not helping them very much. But when it goes to the economic aspect, increased unemployment rate and recession and competitors and better pay, they all raise the red flag for the Lamsley Childcare. But when it comes to the technology, provision of engaging activities through technology they provide a high aspect of business for them. And when the childcares are looking at the social, they lack objective partnership with schools, work-life balance, and competitors with better children staff ratio. The other problem is that's one of the biggest problems that they have to deal with is the legal. It's because the negative stereotypes and the children protection rights are very strong and can be a very cause of legal problems faced by the company. And environmental is one of the other major part that plays a role in their business, because lack of spaces and the rise in coronavirus is really hard to maintain the safe distance. So next topic is going to be explained by one of my colleagues.
About the Potter 5 forces. Basically, Potter 5 forces is an analysis, is a strategic management tool to analyze industry and understand the underlying levels of profitability in the industry. We can use, as a consultant, we can suggest the managers who are like working in the childcare sector to understand how the 5 competitive forces influence profitability and develop a strategy for enhancing childcare limited competitive advantage and long-term profitability in consumer services industry. As a Potter 5 forces, we have significant impact on 5 profitability and in the industry it operates it. The 5 forces are threat of new entrants, bargaining power of suppliers, threat from substitute products, bargaining, rivalry among the existing players. I can explain like each and individual Potter 5 forces and the recommendations how to tackle these situations. The first one is threat of new entrants. New entrants in consumer serving brings innovation, new way of doing things, and put pressure on childcare limited through lower pricing strategy, which means reducing cost and providing new value propositions to the customers. It has to manage all these challenges and build effective barriers to safeguard its competitive advantage. But we have so and so like defaults which can tackle the threats of new entrants by innovating new products and services, not only bringing new customers to the fold, but also give old customer a reason to why it's important to like the products are important, and building economies of scale so that it can lower the fixed cost per unit. And moreover, building capacities and spending money on research and development, it is less likely to enter a dynamic industry where the established players such as Childcare Limited keep defining the standards regularly. And the next force is bargaining power of suppliers. Almost all the companies in the consumer service industry buy the raw material from numerous suppliers in dominant position can decrease the margins. Childcare Limited can earn in the market in consumer services sector, use their negotiating power to extract higher prices from firms in consumer services. And how we can tackle the bargaining power of suppliers is by building efficient supply chain with multiple suppliers, by experimenting with product designs using different materials, so that if the prices go up of one raw material, then company can shift to another. Developing dedicated suppliers whose business depends upon the firm and can learn from Walmart, and like he has suggested that companies develop third-party manufacturers whose business only depends on them, as creating a scenario where the manufacturer has significantly less bargaining power. And the third one is bargaining power of buyers. Buyers are often a demanding load. They want to buy the best offerings available by paying the minimum price as possible. And the profitability in the long run, the smaller and the more powerful the customer base is, the higher the bargaining power of customers and higher the ability to seek increasing discounts and offers. And how can we tackle them is by building a large base of customers. This will be helpful in 2 ways. It will reduce the bargaining power of buyers, plus it will provide an opportunity to the firm to streamline its sales and production purposes. By rapidly innovating new products, customers often seek discounts and offerings on established products. So it will be helpful for the new products. It can limit the bargaining power of buyers. And the next one is threat of substitute products or services. When a new product or service meets a similar customer needs in different ways, industry, profitability, it suffers. For example, services like Dropbox and Google Drive, we have like substitute to storage it's like hardware drives. The threat of a substitute product or service is high if it offers a value proposition that is uniquely different from present offerings of the industry. And the next, how we can tackle the threat of substitute products, like by being service oriented rather than just product oriented, by understanding the core need of the customer rather than the customer what is buying, what he needs, what the intention is, by increasing the switching cost of the customers. These are the tackle things that we can recommend for the threat of substitute products. And the next one is like rivalry among the existing competitors. If the rivalry among the existing players in an industry is intense, then it will drive down prices and decrease the overall profitability of the industry. And how we can recommend this by building a sustainable differentiation, by building scale so that it can compete better, collaborating with competitors to increase the market size rather than just competing for a small market. And by analyzing all these competitive forces, the Childcare Limited can gain a complete picture of what impacts of the profitability of the organization in consumer service industry. They can identify changing trends early on, can shift respond to exploit emerging opportunity. And the next part of slide will be explained by my friend, the next consultant.
Hi, Siji, please start.
Hi guys, my topic is challenges faced by childcare services in the UK. Children care service throughout the world face a lot of challenges and deal with issues which are not only external but also internal. Basically, discussing about the issues and challenges faced, we can focus on the childcare services on a global context perspective of the organization mentioned for this case study. According to many reports generated by the organization who conduct in the inspection for the childcare services in the capacity of dealing with the challenges is decreasing. According to a survey conducted, 57% of managers said that emotional needs of children increase every year. There is a significant rise in the number of cases being registered of or complaints filed by or against working in the childcare services. In last 2 years, there has been a drop in the percentage of families using the childcare centers by nearly 49%, and around 200 childcare centers has been forced to close down in recent years in the managers unable to maintain satisfying level and financial stability. The first one, internal challenges, lack of services, lack of staff, financial instabilities, and external challenges are competitors, government policies, political factors, and coronavirus. And the next topics explained my friend.
Yes, now we have a next topic is financial breakdown, recommended strategy and financial statistics of forecast from for 2020 as per the beta charity commission.com. We have data from financial statistics from 2017 to 2020. It is from the income of the year, administrative expenses, and surplus before taxation. So now we are moving on the next topics like financial analysis and forecast. There are some points. In the 2018, there was a significant rise in administrative expenses around 37%, especially salaries and training costs. However, there was a 29% increase in revenue in the same years. While in 2019, the income increased by the 6.9% against 6.7% increase in expenses. So we have some recommended strategy for Lamsley childcare centers, like it's a salary increase, employee feedback session, and complaint box. Now we have another topic is the expected return on recommended strategies, which will be in order to implement of recommended strategy, the forecast investment cost of around 566 and £100. We predict that income generated by the center will increase steadily for 3 years, and issue of the staff retention and satisfaction will be resulting in a slight decrease in the expenses with salaries expected increase in training cost and reduce. Now then we have some conclusion like opportunity, trades, and trends. In if we are talking about the opportunity being the largest and established in childcare laundry as in knowledge to adopt a new environment. Trade is like high competition and external exception like government abdominal regulations, and trends offer the highest possible quality of service, training, development to staff, making it creative and professional. And last topic is which one is the budget analysis, which this will be explained by the Karthik.
This is the budget analysis. Like we have collected the information for 3 to 4 people in a group, like giving them best stack development plan. It is like designing training for people, children with special condition, and we have calculated a budget of £10,000 for like it's per annum. It's 3 to 4 people, so we can have some adjustment with the people, and then we can go for it. Create a career path opportunities for employees and increasing number of paid holidays for employees. This will be a good development plan. Enhancing people engagement, like increasing number of paid holidays for employees. It will be a good thing. Increasing salaries for employees and enhancing people engagement, increasing like salaries of employees, emotional support counseling for employees. It's a well-being and mental health and feedback system implementation, which is like module surveys, or what is it, like it's a surveys regarding the employees and the staff and the management as well. And additional reward system, like giving reward for employees the high performance who is doing good, and discount deals for employees additional on the shopping, travel, and these things. And bonus system for employees, like these are all correctly, like we hold a budget for like 98,100 pounds, and the total expenditure in 2002 is 543,217 pounds, and these are the budget we have analyzed for recommendation as by our power consultants to increase the strategy of childcare Lamsley. And
so that's all for our presentation, and this one is our